The Cheating Death Podcast is a comedy, straightforward, no bullshit, to the point, random information and topic, truth-seeking podcast, containing information, subject matter, language, and course material that may not be suitable for all listeners. Your discretion in this matter is advised, and if you have any concerns, email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, we dive into the paradigm of left versus right in politics and why it is utilized as a universal defense mechanism to stop governments from having the people overthrow them. We provide you with an annihilation announcement of all new proportion and a joke of the episode and much more. So like usual, grab yourself a coffee, grab your blankets, warm yourself up, and put your feet up on that table, and let us tell you how you can cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is a very important annihilation announcement. We take stock of left versus right, red versus blue, green versus orange, and everything in between. But what we do not ever take into account as a species, as a whole, is why is this a conundrum? Why is this what we deal with on a regular day-to-day? And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is because the moment that we are divided is the moment power can seep in through our veins and take control of everything that we once held dear. But let us tell you, it is not an illusion nor delusion. The red versus the blue and the left versus right permeates through all aspects of life. Do yourself a favor. Think outside the box. Understand what is being waged against you. This war is far from over. And this has been your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your annihilation announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tag und eine gute Nacht ist deine Reisende und deine Ausländer und deine Allesfresser, deine Schauspieler, deine Interviewer und deine Journalist, deine Cleric of Chaos. And today we look at the paradigm of the conspiracy of the division of humankind. Left versus right, up versus down, ideas versus notions. How is it that we of a species of benevolent nature, we of a species of a grand capability, und we as a species and we of a species, in whom have been given the unique capability to shape the world as we see fit and be given the title of the grandest hunter. How is it that we have allowed ourselves to stray from the goal of expansion? Journeys, adventures, extraterrestrial and extragalactic equations. How is it that we have allowed ourselves to get to a point to where we do nothing more but bicker about who is better, whether it be the Democrat or the Republican, the liberal or the conservative, the Labour or the Tory? It doth not matter where this equation began. What matters is why. And the conspiracy that dwells within, one must ask themselves, why is it that those in whom seek power over us common folk Us hard-working souls, us leviathans of the local artisanal bakeries and or everyday functions that make people exist. Those in whom cash out your groceries, those in whom craft your custom caramel macchiato. Those individuals are not lost in the mix by design. Absolutely not. It is a mere byproduct of a world that never really considered their existence in the first place. So therefore, when you take into consideration each and every single soul that you acquire your warmed or your cold caffeinated beverage from, every individual in whom you go through a drive-thru for to purchase your alcohol or your soda-based inebriates, you must note, these are people too. These are soldiers upon your side. You may have heard the devil's advocate whispering in your ear just now there, listener, but what they were trying to advise you is something you were probably aware of all along. The reality behind the division between those in whom align politically left versus those in whom align politically right. Those people are capable of being friends. Those people are capable of being family. Those people are capable of understanding, respecting, and being able to even support the position that the other follows. However, we must look back towards the end of World War II and how American propaganda, and as an entire whole, this notion that the red, white, and blue was stronger than me and you. The United States of America during this time was purporting, distorting, and enjoying the idea that they themselves were putting the rhetoric that their enemies were putting out, but they were doing it with a slightly different spin. Join us, maintain your individuality, and be free simultaneously under the amendments of number 1, number 2, number 4, and number 25, most specifically. However, anyone in whom is capable of identifying the specifics of what it takes for charismatic leaders to get individuals in whom are docile to side with them, they must sound at least partially agreeable to all in whom may be present. So, when you look at the grand schematics of why left versus right is such a big deal, and why so many people will be so quick to discard their friends, end relationships with people who just think a little bit differently than them, it's not by accident, it's not mere coincidence, absolutely not. This is an attempt to destroy unification. As an individual in whom's paternal family comes from the German Democratic Republic all the way from 1945 through 1989, I can tell you point blank, the people are powerful. Those in whom are responsible for dividing us, whether it be left versus blue, red versus right, or left versus right and red versus blue. We must take stock of whom is telling us this information. We must think for ourselves, and we must do what we can to be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. The next 10 years are going to be indescribably difficult. You must learn resilience now. Regardless of whether or not you're a conservative, whether you are a liberal, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, this podcast stands beside you and defends your reason and your justification for existence. After all, none of us asked to be here consciously, yet all of us are here by virtue of a birth that we had no way of shaping a decision in. So let's try and make the world a better place. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourself and each other. At the top of today's program, we promised you another top 5 list. So here we are with another top 5 of our current top 5 favorite beef jerkies. Coming in at number 5, we have McLean's Extra Spicy Peppered Beef Jerky Steak Strips. An outstanding option for one looking for something to work at that you can chew on and think for a long time. Coming in at number 4, we of course have the hot Cheetos and Jack Link's beef jerky pepper mix. Yes, this device, this spicing mechanism in which they have utilized is an absolutely outstanding combination of both savory and spicy, and we implore you to grab it yourself. Coming in at number 3, we have the regular good old-fashioned Jack Link's Hickory Smoked. Coming in at number 2, we have the Jack Link's Pepper Jerky. And coming in at number 1, we have the Doritos Locos Tacos Jack Link's Peppery Hickory Combination Mix. What is your top 5 favorite beef jerky for your moment right now? Email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Today's joke has been brought to you once again by the Cleric of Chaos. Back in the days of Al Capone and the height of the various, not only New York, but Chicago and Northeastern mafias, there were a litany of charges that one could be provided with: conspiracy, extortion. The only charge that I could never really make sense of, because I could never find the guy, is the RICO charge. Who is this guy, and why is he charging people? Tommy Vercetti, Vice City. We as human beings claim to have advanced so far technologically, yet communication seems to be reducing itself. Second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, people are no longer capable of picking up the phone when someone calls them. People are no longer able to form a text message to tell someone how they feel. We have reached a level to where most people wrote about back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but yet here we are. Here we stand. We are soldiers, species, and souls, in which must find a way through this path. Through this podcast, we will advise you how to be the best version of yourself and how you can cheat death. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourself and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast is brought to you by Nach dem Leben CRDBC, Chaos Realm Records, and CR Deutschland. We are available on all podcasting platforms. If you'd like to support the program through a monthly subscription or through a meeting for your artistic or business endeavor or a one-time gift, you may do so at linktr.ee/Cleric of Chaos. Remember to follow the program at twitter.com/weallcheatdeath and twitter.com/Cleric of Chaos. Follow all of our fine, amazing friends, personnel, consultants, and absolutely outstanding information sources at the links in the episode's description as well. If you are looking at adopting a playful puppy or a cute kitten, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center. And if you are suffering from psychiatric or physiological duress, please visit the links in the episode's description as well. Dear listener, our lives may not be the same between you and I, but we stand strong. Remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.